Daydreamer Plays.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Aragon Always Assists. Now I have received several questions about masteries, so I thought why not just make a video about it and explain them since no one really makes videos on masteries anyway. And I know many people don't really know how to set their masteries and simply follow another player's. So I do think it's very important if you understand why players set it a certain way so you can actually also set them for yourself and adapt to different type of gameplay. So without further ado, let us get into it. So I'll be explaining the masteries overall on first, okay? And then I will show you what masteries I have for each mode. I will put up a summary image for you so you can take a screenshot of it if you need. Okay, so we're going to start with page 1. On this page, the masteries are mainly for you to get damage increase, damage output, and also turn advantage. Okay, so as you can see, all these are actually used to increase your physical attack, lethal rate, critical rate, and etc. Okay, so over here on this page, the level 30 mastery is the one that you really need to play around with. The top option actually increases your speed attack, and this is very important for arena smart mode, okay? And the bottom option increases your HP by 10%. So the rest of the masteries can safely be put upwards for all other stages. If however you choose to use a tank team, then you can choose to flip it down instead. So we're going to page 2. On page 2, we have some very diversifying masteries. Level 45, okay, is a mastery that makes a difference in the short run when you're a beginner or intermediate player. It helps increase your damage output based on the difference in levels between your heroes. So the bottom option is actually reducing the damage taken depending on the level difference in between your heroes. But note that eventually all your heroes will be built to level 50, so this mastery actually becomes negligible. Okay, so don't worry too much about it. The next few, level 50, level 55, and level 70, to me they are slightly confusing, okay, because the top row states offensive. The top row is meant for offensive masteries, but if you take a look at them, they sound more defensive by nature because they try to reduce the enemy's chance of doing greater damage, right? Whereas the defensive bottom row helps you increase your damage output. So this is kind of strange, and I think you can see how it works and understand it based on their wordings, okay? Level 65 is the most important mastery on this page, I feel. The top option lets you increase critical damage, and this is super helpful and essential, okay, and a must-have for single target bosses, single modes with single target bosses like Castle Rush, Raid Dragons, Guild Raid, World Boss. So this is a mastery that essentially boosts your DPS's output and overall score, okay, overall score. The bottom option lets you decrease your enemy HP, and this is more important in arena and smart mode floors, where you have to clear waves of enemies instead of fighting for a score. Okay, so this actually helps you to reduce overall enemy team's HP, so you can clear them much faster, and you're not fighting for a high score in terms of damage. So for page 3, level 80 and 110 are the two you will toggle with depending on the team you use. So if you use a speed team, then you can use the top options. If you use a tank team, then use the bottom options. Okay. Level 85 is a super important mastery for arena. The top option allows you to decrease enemy speed, so if you have higher speed, this will put you at an advantage. So this mastery for arena is a must. Okay, once again, similar to level 65 previously, the bottom option is more optimal for world boss, where speed attack doesn't matter against the enemy, so you will rather drop the crit rate of the world boss. Okay, this will actually help you, not only help you save some HP because the boss won't do that much damage, and also save time because crit animations actually eat more time within your limited time run. Another thing is level 100. Level 100 is your adventure mastery, so depending on what you want to farm or which map you are in, you can toggle between items and fodder. Okay, so for page 4 is the mastery page that you will constantly be coming to and adjusting. Okay, level 115, I will start with level 115. Level 115 is highly mentioned in many of my videos. It is the mastery that you want to be changing in order to max out your damage against certain enemy types. Okay, this is very dependent on enemy type. This is highly important in guild dungeon, world boss, guild raid smart mode, and also almost any situation for you to get the most damage output. Okay, so the top one allows you to increase damage dealt onto offensive, magic, and support heroes, and the bottom one allows you to increase damage dealt to defensive and universal heroes. So level 130 is also another very important mastery. It depends on the enemy format and the type of skill your DPS or damage dealers actually have. So for example, you know that Taka and Spina both use single target skills. So this is gonna be, so the top option is gonna be very good in World Boss, Guild Raid, Castle Rush, and on some Guild Dungeon floors. Okay, Bidam will also benefit from this because he has 2 3-man target attacks. However, in cases like Arena or floors where you want to clear enemy waves quickly, 4 to 5-man AoE boost is pretty much preferred. Okay, because in Arena, your heroes will deal 4 target, 5 target mostly. And also, if you want to clear mobs, this is going to be very useful as well. Next is level 135. I think this should always be up. Simple as that. Level 140 is a problematic one. The bottom option allows you to reduce enemy counter rate, and this is the same for level 55 and level 90 masteries, okay? So in total, your masteries alone can reduce the counter rate of your enemy by 60%. So why will there be a case besides Arena where you will use them? Again, this is about timing. Counter attacks from enemies waste a lot of time, and it is not about the damage they do from the counter attacks, but the animation that requires time. So if you're trying to spam Taka's skill in World Boss and the boss constantly counter attacks you, it is gonna eat into your mere 5 minutes, okay, where you have to damage him as much as possible and get a high score. So these masteries are very dependent on your own observation of the enemy. If you think that the counters are making your run too inefficient, then you can flip them down and also reduce enemy counter rate as such. Okay? So for the last mastery, 145. Level 145 is the mastery used for different DPS and damage dealers. So of course, top one is for Taka and physical teams, and the bottom one is for Spina and magic teams. Simple as that. So hopefully after this explanation, you get an idea of what you need to consider when planning your masteries. I'm going to show you my masteries for all the modes besides Guild Dungeon and Smart Mode, because those two are too variable and dependent on the enemy type for the floors. Okay, but I think with my explanation in place, you should be able to craft your own masteries for those modes. So here are my adventure masteries. Level 100, 100, level 100, and level 145 are variable. These are my Arena and Guild War Masteries. They are the same and they are based on the current meta and also personal preference. Level 30 and 85 must be up for speed teams, okay? Even for tank teams, these are very important and useful masteries because you can still outspeed certain tank teams if they do not flip those in the correct position. So once again, I stress that this is based on the current meta. So next is Castle Rush. Do note that for all 7 knights, you need to use the level 115 bottom option, except for Dylan's, who is offensive, so you need to use the top option. And of course, level 145 depends on your DPS. If you use Taka, flip it up. If you use Spina, flip it down. Then it's daily dungeons. Basically this is to buff your Feng Yan, so magic, choose magic, and also 4 to 5 man AoE buff. I also listed the 115 flips for different days, so do adjust them according to your preference. If you think you can clear them without changing, then that's good as well. Next we have guild rate. 115 and 145 are dependent on the enemy you face. I have listed them clearly as shown. Then lastly is for world boss. So do note that my level 50 and 85 are flipped down. This is to decrease crit rate, and is particularly because I want to save time. Crit animations are time consuming, as I have mentioned earlier. Also, I have listed the different masteries for the last page depending on the type of DPS you use. Okay, so that's all I have to show you guys and explain to you guys about masteries. Masteries are what every new player need to focus on immediately and complete at least page 3 as soon as possible. Okay, so if you guys still have any thoughts or questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I will definitely get back to you. If you found this video helpful, do give this video a like. I will appreciate it so much, and subscribe to my channel for more useful videos coming your way. Also check out my Facebook page for video schedule updates. Okay, thank you and see you in my next video.